All right. This is ladies and gents, episode 29. I'm here with special guest Lala Lori. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks, Zerzy. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I've been waiting for this moment.
I know. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so Lori and we were just talking about how we even met. And I mean, I remember it was through Twitter,
Yeah.
and it's because we both were reading the same book at the same time. It was the
hmm
Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. And I just looked it up on Twitter and you had posted something and we just kind of went back and forth about the book. So it's kind of funny
I know.
um,
Yeah.
how we met and that was 2009 and it's now 2022. So we've been friends for quite a long time. Um, but yeah, thanks so much for coming on. Um,
You're
you know, this
welcome.
is, yeah, this is just a kind of fun thing I'm doing. Um, we just talk about music and life, the universe, and everything. So
Yeah,
I understand that you saw some music tonight.
I did. Yeah. So I think we haven't only bonded over zombies, but also our love of music. So, um, especially like you and I are usually up really late at night.
Yeah,
So, always sending each other songs, music videos, and I like to surround myself around as many dogs and as much music as possible,
yeah.
especially in hard times like right now. So I happened to have a show scheduled for tonight that I was going to go to. It was my friend's band, Between Home and Serenity. They're a local Cleveland band. I probably talked about them back in the day with you just because I met the guys in like 2004 in my freshman year orientation and started going to see them, but they're like post-hardcore rock. They're definitely harder now than they used to be. They got back together,
Yeah.
but they sound really good, really talented, just nice boys. So I had a lot of fun going to see them tonight.
I mean, have they put out like a lot of albums? Like, are they signed or?
Back in the day, they were signed to Rust Records, which is an imprint. I can't remember the major record label, but they toured regionally and stuff like that. Actually, my friend Ian left school freshman, I think maybe after freshman year to go tour. So they did pretty well at the time, with alternative music, just like
Yeah.
alternative press. They're on Warp Tour a little bit, stuff like that. So good guys, and they weren't together for a long time. They all had a bunch of different bands in between and then just kind of got back together earlier this year. So it was my first time seeing them in at least 6 years.
Can you spell what? Can you spell it for me? Just like
Oh, yeah. So Between Home and Serenity.
because what I hear between, I think immediately of Between the Buried and Me, which is a metal band
Right.
from here.
Yeah. I know you love them. Bit Bam, right? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
BT
Yeah.
Bam. Yeah.
BT Bam. Um, yeah. So we call them BHAS for short, BHAS.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yep. And it was really cool. My friend Heather, that I've been friends with since high school, brought her little nephew with her. And I think he's 8. And it was his first local show. And he was so
Oh, that's
pumped. He
cool.
stood right in the front. He got a drumstick and he had a mohawk.
I've got a fun story to tell you about that. Give me 1 second.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
Another day, another pain, pull me under. Wide awake in a cage. I surrender. Feels like I'm paralyzed. A shot between the eyes, and now I'm fighting for my life. Bloodshot eyes, fucking every night.
Dude, the production quality on that is great.
Mhm.
I was not expecting.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, back in the day, they had like a producer and everything through their label, but my friend's really talented and he
Yeah.
does a lot of the production, a lot of the photography, really cool music videos. And they just have a lot of friends like in the industry locally. So they
Yeah.
do a good job.
No, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like, and like you were saying before, like you and I have always just been sharing music with each other for
Yeah.
years. It's like, hey, listen to this. Hey, check this out. Hey, listen to this.
Hey,
But no,
check this out. It's Pine Grove again for the 50th time.
and they're like, hey, by the way, have you heard of this band called Pine Grove? I might as well just fucking subtitle my podcast as Ladies and Gents, Pine Grove.
I like that. Like you're welcoming, ladies and gents. Pine Grove.
I've literally talked about Pine Grove so many times.
Oh, I think I've heard of them once or twice.
Yeah. No, that's sick though. No, they
Mhm.
sound good. So the show was good though. Like
Oh
people
yeah,
wearing
it was really good.
masks.
A little bit here and there. It wasn't a very
Yeah.
big show. We were pretty spread out,
Yeah.
for the most part. But yeah, generally, if I go to a show, I wear a mask. I know I had a couple of friends go to see Motion City Soundtrack last week.
Oh, dude,
I
COVID.
was I was supposed to go, but I was
Yeah.
traveling for work, and I gave someone my ticket. And all three of them, including the friend I gave my ticket, got COVID really
Oh
bad.
God.
Mhm.
Shit.
It's
Dude,
rough.
I know my boy Bob, who's normally my co-pilot on this. He would have loved to have seen Motion City soundtrack.
They're so fun.
Yeah. No, and they're a good band. And like I never got
Mhm.
into them. And he always gives me shit because like I don't listen to him. But
Aw,
every song he sends me, I'm like, this is dope. But like I just like don't commit to it.
yeah,
But
it's okay.
yeah, that's
They just
fine.
it's like Justin, like the whole band, they're just so good. They're so fun live. And, you got to love the keyboards, and the songwriting is really fun.
Yeah.
Just catchy stuff. Good nostalgic, like high school band for me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of one of those things. It's like you have those certain bands that you kind of keep in your back pocket that you may not listen to often, but then when you do listen to them, you're like, oh,
So good.
I
That's
mean,
like BHAS though. Like I've listened to their Between Home and Serenity. I listen to their new tracks like whenever they have anything out. I'll check it out. I'll check out the videos because they
mhm.
work really hard on those.
Yeah, you want to support them.
Yeah, but when they were playing their old songs, it was crazy to me that I hadn't heard those songs in years, and I
Yeah.
knew every single word, every single beat, every moment. I'd like throw my hand down. I'm like, there we go.
Well,
There's the
something like
drums.
something like clicks in your mind.
Yeah.
It's like you've had all those lyrics reserved in your brain. Isn't it crazy that like
Mhm.
you can still remember them? I mean, that's
A little
nuts.
file folder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Um,
love it.
yeah, no, that's sick. I mean, was it a far drive or was it like a local venue or
Yeah, local venue. So I live in Cleveland, actually. We didn't mention that, but Wills and I became friends on the internet. We have hung out in person before, but I am up on the north coast of Lake Erie in Cleveland. So Cleveland gets a lot of just tour stops in general, but
you
you know,
do? Fuck
yeah,
off.
a
Y'all get
lot.
so many.
So it took me like 20 minutes to drive to this venue in Lakewood, Ohio called Mahal's. And there are some people say Mayhalls. I honestly don't know the proper saying. My mom went there in the 70s because they have like a bowling alley in there as well. And she calls it Mayhalls, but everyone else I know calls it Mahalls. And I'm just like, I don't know what it is.
Just like, yeah, I've been there once to go to a bowling alley.
Right? No, they're so good. They support a lot of local bands, though. I always see MC Lars there, like the
Yeah.
Nerdcore, like the four-eyed horsemen uh, of the Nerdcore apocalypse. They're always playing shows there. So
Yeah.
it's a cool place, good cocktails. But yeah, I love living here because I'm so close to so many cities. So for instance, like Lucky Boys, who we're going to talk about later, when they would tour, they'd come from Chicago, which is only 5 hours away. They're 5 hours west of us. And then,
Are they from Chicago?
yeah, they're a
Okay.
local Chicago band. So that's why I drive there so much to see them. Or I could go to Detroit. That's 2 hours. If you go to Pittsburgh in 2 hours, Columbus is in 2 hours, 2 hours south.
Still a lot of
Cincinnati's
driving.
4 hours. That's not far at all. I've seen the same band in like Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus, and Cincinnati.
Hmm.
It's so easy. But I do
What-
have a lot of miles on my car, especially when
Well,
I
same
was
with me.
younger.
Like I've talked about it before. Like I am, I can't do driving long distances. So,
Yeah, with
so I'm
traffic
like,
and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like you guys are coming. Like fucking Pine Grove's gonna be here in August. Like I really want to go.
You have to see Pine Grove. Are they going to be in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yes. How can you not go? I would even go for you.
Well, the only concern that I have is that we're going to be going to the beach 2 days later and we're going to be around a bunch of kids. Like, and I don't want to risk like getting
COVID.
something at that show.
Yeah,
But it just fucking it upsets me so much because I'm like, Pine Grove is literally my favorite band right now.
I know. Is it an indoor venue? I'm assuming then too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
You could wear like an N95 or a KN95 and
I
just
mean,
try to like stand in the back.
yeah. I mean, I wear a KN95 every day whenever I go
Mhm.
anywhere. But yeah, I mean, maybe if I just hide in the corner, just like back up
Wouldn't it be
against the
worth it
wall.
though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then maybe you take like 2 rapid tests, like one the next day, one the day after, make sure you're
Yeah.
full. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because I've been traveling a lot for work and I've been like religiously testing.
I'm surprised they're making you travel for work.
Well, my team sits all over the country, like as far as Seattle. So I went out there to onboard a new recruiter and then stopped back for an event in Des Moines, Iowa, which I'd never been to Iowa. And I
Mm.
got back Thursday night and I didn't get to see Ben Folds, who I'd really wanted to see too. I didn't have a ticket, but I was going to buy one. It wasn't sold out.
Yeah.
It was in a park, which would have been really good, but oh well.
I never really got into Ben Folds, but I know that he is extremely talented. And that's just one of
Yes.
those, that's just
It's
one of those
fun.
artists. It's one of those artists you're just like, you just gotta see him. Like if
Mhm.
the opportunity presents itself, you just gotta see him. Right.
Yeah. The last time he was here, I went to just go by myself and I had some friends that ended up being there, but I didn't want to miss him. He's just so funny and like charismatic, kind of
Yeah.
self-deprecating, but obviously a great pianist and songwriter.
Yeah. And he does like a lot of like improv type music, right? Like doesn't he make up like I think I've seen like him make up some shit on the spot or something.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, you can throw out ideas and he'll make a song up
oh,
about
that's
it.
fun.
Kind of
That's
like one of
fun.
those like dueling piano bars or something. Like he knows
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Carry a
that's cool.
tune.
Yeah.
So good stuff. But
But yeah.
yeah. I love going to shows though. Live music, it gives me my zest for life. I need it
I know you go to a lot of shows.
as much as I can. I'm making up for
Yeah.
lost time with the pandemic. You know, like when you couldn't go to any shows, it really, really hurt.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last live show that I went to. It was probably like Circus Survive or like Periphery or something. Like,
Mm,
I don't know, it's been a while. It's been so long.
that's okay.
But
Not everybody like wants to go because it's like you are surrounded by a ton of people,
yeah.
usually in a tight space. It's loud, it's hot, but like
Only for
I love
us.
to be surrounded. I like to like feel the music all around me, like be right in the middle of it. It's my jam.
No, and there's not much I love more than live music. I think it's incredible because me being a musician and seeing musicians doing their craft in person, right? Like,
Mhm.
and them just presenting it to you live is crazy. It's just for us,
Yeah.
like, it's a process for us to go to shows. I mean, obviously, like you say, well, I don't drive 2 hours, whatever. But for us, we're like 45 minutes. Ugh.
Well, I mean, most of the shows I go to are all in Cleveland. I mean,
Yeah.
so I have to drive 20 minutes usually just to get
Yeah.
downtown, and then it's not a big deal. I mean, parking's cheap in Cleveland if I even have to pay. And Jerome, my life partner, he stays home with Wishbone. I don't have to worry about that. So it's just nice. I never say no to a concert or a trip. If someone asks me, I always say yes. It's like just how I live. I'll go, even if it's a genre I don't like. I'm like, I just want to see what people are like that listen to this music. Like, I'll
Yeah.
go, you know,
You can
that's
go
fun.
catch the vibe and see like what it is and what, like you said, what the people are like they're listening to it.
Yeah.
I
Like
bet
my
it's
friend Brett, he's like super into like really hard metal,
Mhm.
heavy metal. And I've gone to shows with him before, and he was just talking about a band he saw. I can't remember the name, but he
Oh,
was
please
just
remember the
so
name. Please remember
happy.
the name.
If you want me to look it up, I will.
Yeah, I want to know the name.
But he was just so happy. And I'm like, I love to see people see their favorite band and see how
Yeah.
happy they are and see them sing along and just like get so into it.
That's cool.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it.
I went to search his name and Brett Kavanaugh came up first. Oh
Ugh,
God.
woof.
Woof. So they're called Voivod. I don't know if that or Voivod. 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 I don't even know what that is.
Voivid.
No,
Yeah.
Voivod. Like Voivod. They
Never
have a
heard of
new
him.
album out called The Wake, he said. But yeah, he was pumped. Absolute
Oh, they've been around for
banger.
a long time.
You should play one of their songs. I didn't look him up or anything, but I was just excited that he was so happy.
That's like an old demo.
I was like, wow.
I like that.
Mhm.
Looks so real. Hey, have you heard it? Crystal clear.
You saw this band live?
He did. I didn't go with him this time.
I thought you.
No, it's like I didn't know what they would sound like. Because I think I saw one band with him called Airborne Toxic Event. And he's into like
A lot of like
Dahlia murder and
obscure shit.
stuff.
Sounds like yeah.
Yeah. He made me a mix CD once when we were in college, and he like wrote out what all the
Do you do the
songs were.
Sharpies like on
I
the
can't
disc?
remember if he did that or if he actually typed it. I think I had it like
Oh my god,
in one
dude.
of those. It was like a piece of paper, like a computer paper, folded in four. And excuse my language, but one of them was like he had written on there, "anal cunt." It was like
Oh, okay.
the name of Can I swear on this? I don't know what YouTube is like,
Yeah, it's fine.
because that's like pretty severe. I couldn't remember if that was the name of the song or the group. No, that's a band. It's a band called
The
Anal
band is
Cunt.
named Anal. Fuck yeah! I wonder if they're on
And
Spotify.
grindcore. They're a grindcore band from Newton, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Anal.
but just like I hope no one finds your search history. They're like, what the hell, Zersey?
Well, can you imagine? It's like, just imagine this. You have a son. He's like 17 years old. He's like, Mom, Dad, I want to pursue music. They're like, okay, great, son. Like, you can forego your collegiate experience if you really want to focus on music, but you have to focus on it. Okay, thanks, Mom and Dad. Love it.
Mhm.
Here's $3,000 for everything. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And they're like, by the way, what kind of music do you play? It's kind of heavy. And they're like, and what's the name of your group? Anal Cunt.
Well, we say AC for short.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I might have to look into the origin of the name later.
they're like AC, like DC. You guys like a tribute band? AC? No, we're not.
No, we're not. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
the name of these songs. I'm not even gonna play any of their music. The name of the
I wonder which one he put on my CD. I wish I could find it. I probably have it in a box somewhere.
It's bad.
Wait, hold on. Are you looking on Spotify?
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna just search them on here and see what comes up
Yep.
first.
Look up the top song. It's 46 seconds long, and just read.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know what kind of band they are, but
Mm,
wow.
yeah. I mean, I don't expect anything less
And they're
from a
well, they
band
are
named
from
Anal Cunt.
they're from Massachusetts too. So
Oh
well, there's
God.
one just called Fuck Yeah. That one might be okay,
Yeah,
but
but then
probably not.
yeah,
Probably not.
I kind of want to hear what they sound like. One second.
I'm kind of afraid they're white supremacists or something.
Yep, white supremacists. I can tell already.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no,
all. That's all I needed.
they're often referred to by their initials A.C. or AXCX.
Pick a better name next time, bro.
Wow,
Yeah, that.
that's wild.
Yikes.
Oh no, it actually says here the name came from their attempt to get the most offensive, stupid, dumb name possible.
Okay.
But I guess Gigi Allen had a song by the same name.
I mean, I can respect that, I guess. But
Yeah.
still, the titles of some of those songs that I saw, I'm like, no thanks.
Mm-hmm. It concerns me absolutely.
But then there's it's just for shock value, then I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the lyrics probably don't say any of that stuff, but they're like, let's just name the songs the most offensive things we can name them, right?
Right.
And we'll get notoriety, and we'll be this band that seems heinous just based on the names of everything, but our music might actually be, I don't know though. I mean, that one song I played for 3 seconds and I was like, I don't like this.
Maybe we'll listen to it in the after party just to see.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. I don't know. Brett has a lot of like varied eclectic music taste, I would say. So I don't know if he listens to them anymore. I just specifically remember looking at the songs and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that written down before. But hey, he's going to prog rock shows now. I mean,
hell yeah.
come on, whatever. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
He came to a ska show with me too. That's the thing. Like, he repays the favor. And then he's
is ska your favorite genre?
No, I would say pop punk, then ska. Yeah. But I love bands that kind of do a little bit of all of that.
So that's, Bob, who does the show with me, normally, he's big into pop punk and ska.
Yeah.
Like, so he and I was like, hey, do you like this? Yes. Hey, do you like this? Yes. Hey, do you like this? Yes. we just
well, a lot of it sounds the same. Like, it depends when it came out. If it's more like skate punk or skate pop punk. I mean, there's so many different kinds of genres within the genres, subgenres, blend them together. I like bands to keep me interested.
Yeah, and that's a thing sometimes with like pop punk is not that I get bored with it, but sometimes I feel like the band gets bored with themselves, right? It's just kind of like they feel like they're going through the motions, right? Like making the same content. It's just like, okay. And it's like if they're not like stoked about it, then like how do you expect us to be stoked about it?
Yeah.
Right? But since this is a music podcast, there is a band that we one of your favorite bands we wanted to talk about. Can you tell me the name of that band? Yeah,
they're actually my number one favorite band.
Oh, they're like favorite band.
Favorite, yeah, number one.
Nice.
So they're called Lucky Boys Confusion, 3 words, or for short, LBC. And I first saw them in 2003. I found out about them through this guy I was talking to on Hot or Not. Remember that site?
Side
like
note, side
3
note,
profiles.
hold on. I have to tell a quick story about Hot or Not.
Please, yeah.
So yeah, that was like 2002, 2003. I had this picture and I was like, I like a West Side thing, and like I
No.
had glasses on because like
What?
I used to wear glasses, but like I just was wearing them at the time.
Did you have like a trucker hat on or something?
No. I was wearing a shirt from this local fucking like chicken wing spot, and like I was just like, yeah, like my
Yeah,
hair was
boy,
spiked up,
wings.
and my friend who was in my wedding, that's how long I've known him. We met in that actual class. It was like a computer class or something. And so we're all in computers. He pulled my Hot or Not picture up and showed it to everyone.
I love it. Everybody come rate Will.
There was like
with
36
hot
people. 36
not.
people. They were
with your chicken wings throwing up the west
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, it was like DD Pecker's shirt, Wing Shack. I had this, had glasses on, hair spiked up.
Oh, can you find that? Is there any way?
Dude, I could try. It's got to be somewhere.
Or
But
even just like a picture, because I've seen pictures of you in high school.
yeah.
Um,
Oh God, the one with my 05 where I'm like posed with you.
that's so cute though. I love it.
And it's a fucking Under Oath t-shirt, like an old school Under Oath t-shirt. So,
It's pretty cool then. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, sorry.
Wait, was it one of your friends that I know of that did it to you? Like Sleaze or Matt Good, or I don't remember who's in the wedding.
It's
Okay.
Oliver. Do you know Oliver?
I feel like I've heard you talk about him before.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
he's the one that did it. So he and
Funny.
he's like 2 years younger than me. And he and I met in that class because like we figured out that we both played like Counter-Strike, like online games. And so
yeah.
we're like, and so we just started like hanging, like just talking and
Yeah.
shooting shit. And then he found out. No. Okay, I gotta fix my story.
Okay, what
This
happened?
is so embarrassing.
How did he have it up?
This is so embarrassing.
Just tell me. We're amongst friends here.
This is so
Look at you
embarrassing.
giggling.
So this was when I was playing The Sims Online,
Mhm.
like the MMO Sims.
Yeah, I know the old school.
You know, I used to play like probably 12 hours a day.
That's
And-
not good.
Yeah, it wasn't Hot or Not. I just now remembered it was not Hot or Not
How do you get Hot or Not and Sims mixed up?
because it was the real Sims Online, like this this website where people would post pictures of themselves. And I posted it, and Oliver just showed the whole class.
What's the point of it? Would you like meet other Sims players like through the
I mean,
website?
I guess I don't know. It's like people just wanted like everyone to put their real picture up behind their avatar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it was a lot crazier back then. Now it's not. But
Yeah.
I just remembered now that's what happened. Oliver found my picture on that website. and he
Wait,
pulled it up.
wait. Be honest with me. Were you doing Sims fan fiction?
No,
You
not
were
at
like
all.
writing a fanfic about your Sim and their life.
No, like I'll tell
Okay.
you, I'll tell you this right now. There was a house. It was called Fuddy Hearts, and like me and one of my boys in real life, we would be on that game every night, and there'd be like 12 people in the house, and we're all just like leveling up our skills. Like basically the whole time, I'm like just sitting off to the side playing the piano, just leveling.
I love
would-
that.
I would
Yeah.
literally, I would get a key. I had like a key on my desk, and I would wedge it into one of the keys on my keyboard to keep it like pressing
Hmm.
or something that so that way I wouldn't get logged off. So I would just
Oh,
leave. I
that's
would just leave
creative.
and like go to Starbucks or something. It's like,
What was the trick? You could type in Rosebud or something
yeah,
like that.
Rosebud would just give you what $1,000 every time or something you put Rosebud in.
Yeah. I used to play with my cousins that lived in Lancaster,
Mm.
as the locals say, South Carolina.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember being at their house down there and them showing me how to do that. I was like, whoa, we do not have this on my computer.
yeah. And so like that, so like I remember when the Sims first came out, like me and my boy, like we installed it and we played it. Like time just flew by. Like we didn't even like it was like 7 hours later. We're like, what? But then when Sims Online came out, where like you're playing with people online,
Yeah.
I installed it and I played for 24 hours straight.
Wow. I did not know that people played it for that. I didn't know, I knew it was big, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that because it's like you have to keep your sim alive, right? And their family and take care of their home and stuff like
Well,
that.
I
Or
don't, I
like
don't,
what was the draw to be on that long?
with Sims Online, it was like people would have like houses that you'd go to and like you like would complete tasks together and stuff. I mean, this was a long time ago. So
Yeah.
Sims has changed a lot. But
Mhm.
that one, I mean, yeah, I mean, just the original Sims in general, it's like, yeah, just do some shit, eat some
Right.
food, build your house. But then Sims Online, when that came out, it's like, well, now you can just do all this stuff together.
Mhm.
And like you're on different servers and you're like making friends and shit. Like,
That's
I
pretty
mean,
fun then.
yeah, that kind of like went into like when I became a huge World of Warcraft addict. It's like it was kind
Yeah.
of the same thing, except this the Sims was just like a life simulator, but the World of
Okay.
Warcraft was like fantasy and dragons and death.
It seems more exciting, honestly. I mean, I could see that. I could see the draw more for
It
something like
it
fantasy
was
related.
yeah. I mean, and both are fun in their own rights. It's just
Hmm.
like in hindsight, I'm looking back, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Hey, whatever. You had the free time. I used to spend a lot of time in AOL, but I mean, I don't even remember. I think it was just fun because, back then you had your digital camera and like all the girls
Mhm.
would have a little strap on their wrist everywhere they went. And my friends and I had to learn, HTML codes like to upload the image source and everything
Yeah.
like that. So I want to say Hot or Not made it a lot easier. You could just upload one photo, but I had 3 accounts and I remember one of them was called I Like Smoothies, like very, very creative.
But remind me though, with Hot or Not, I don't remember because obviously I didn't even remember that I was talking about the real Sims Online versus Hot or Not. But
Right.
like,
That's pretty different.
but with
Oh
Hot or
shit.
Not,
Hold on, I
just
have to make
you
sure
spill
my
your
computer.
tea.
No, I am spilling the tea. Let me make sure my computer is plugged in though. Keep talking. I'm
Yeah.
here.
No, I was gonna say like, or I was gonna ask like, with Hot or Not, was there like a
Mhm.
way to contact the person?
Yeah, actually. It was
Okay,
kind of
like an early Tinder.
like a dating, yeah, a dating
Oh,
website. Because you could just go on there for fun. But like I've always loved creating profiles. So, I was big
he's
into like,
catfishing people.
no, just like writing a profile about yourself. Kind of like now how I like look at resumes
Yeah,
constantly or like look at LinkedIn's. Like I love crafting a profile to summarize who you are and like fun, eye-catching things about you. So I was always I don't know, I always liked it. I had
so
a lot of online journals back then and it
it's
was
kind of
just
how you got your
fun.
foot in the door.
I
You
guess
kind of,
so. Yeah. But the thing is that like you could just do it. I don't know if everybody just automatically got into it where you could be part of like the dating pool or whatever they called it, but
Mm,
you could put like things you like to do for fun, like keywords and just describe yourself. And then people that had a paid account could message other people. So this guy messaged me. We call him Avon Lake Tom because he's from Avon Lake, Ohio. And Avon Lake Tom messaged me on there and we just started talking and we would talk on the phone all the time. And his favorite band was Lucky Boys Confusion.
that's how you found out about him.
Yeah, because he would talk about them all the time. And then the first time we met was
Wow.
at a Lucky Boys show at
Do you,
Peabody's.
are you guys still in touch?
No, I think he even unfriended me on Facebook within the
Oh
past few
God,
years.
what a
He moved to
dickhead.
Florida. He moved to Florida though. I mean, he was a nice person. We
Yeah, but
didn't actually date or anything, but
who
we
goes
just
to
like
Florida?
he did. I mean, he's not even like over 50 and he moved down there. He's never going to hear this, but thank you so much to Florida. He's that way south. Thank you, Avon Lake Tom, if that's where you are.
That's where you are. Appreciate you. Let me know about this band.
Appreciate you. But he
Yeah.
talked about them constantly, though. He would send me songs. He made me mix CDs that they were on. And then he's like, they have a big show. You know, they're from Chicago. So they'd come to Cleveland all the time. It's like stop in Detroit, stop in Chicago, like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland. They would always come here. And it was a really good show. They played with Slightly Stupid, who's like a reggae band.
Yeah, I know who they are. Where the fuck are they from?
I don't know. They're just, like
I know you're talking about
white reggae.
STOOPID.
PID. Yeah. And Peabody's was one of my favorite venues. They're not even there anymore. They tore it down for Cleveland State University dorms, I believe.
Slightly Stupid is from San Diego.
At least they're on the water. Yeah, I think I want to say, I don't know who headlined that. Lucky Boys may have been the headliner there.
Oh my God, Slightly Stupid has released 13 albums and 4 live albums.
It's wild.
And they were originally signed by Brad Knoll from Sublime to Skunk Records while they were still in high school. That is insane.
It's impressive.
It is impressive. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Slightly Stupid fan, but
I think I've seen them once before because I
can
love
respect
this
it.
band Ballyhoo, and they play with the Expendables, like white reggae bands who have like some more punk or rock kind of infusion going on. But I've never sought out a Slightly Stupid show.
Well, I mean, I've never really listened to them, but I can kind of get the gist of what they sound like. You said like it's kind of like ska, reggae, funk, rock, which is in line with Sublime, right? So it makes sense that Brad Knoll would have signed them to his record label. So
yeah, and I mean, Lucky Boys, they got together. I just went to their 25th anniversary show.
25 years they've been together.
25 years, yeah.
Holy
they met in high
shit.
school, so they got together in 1997, and I had seen them. They'd already had 2 albums out, and then their third one, Commitment, had just come out, and that album was produced by Miguel from Sublime, so it makes sense that there's the Sublime connection.
Okay, yeah, it's all just like kind of intertwined, like the
what.
And I see the same thing like with some of the music I listen to, like a lot of the music I listen to is out of like Pennsylvania and Maryland, and like they may be different like a little bit genre wise, but like it's like they just recycle like engineers and producers and the labels and everything, like, and they're all friends, like it's kind of crazy. So yeah, it says here 1997 for Lucky Boys Confusion. Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, they're from Downers Grove, Chicago, or like Chicagoland area. So they were from like a more well-to-do suburb, actually. So I think like the name comes from like Lucky Boys Confusion. Everybody thought they were like lucky, like spoiled suburban kids. So a lot of their, like, they mention like the suburban curse, and like they talk about being from the suburbs and kind of growing up, what that was like. But just good guys. The lead singer Stubby is Indian. His parents were from India, so he's a first generation American and was only allowed to listen to Indian music growing up. Super strict. So he met these 4 guys. He met Ryan, Joe, Jason, and Adam. Adam is the other main songwriter that he works with in the band, guitarist. So they were heavily influenced, I want to say at the time, by 311 when they were first getting together.
Okay.
So
and
yeah,
I see that looks like one of the founding members passed away. That's horrible.
he did. Yeah, I think it's been 10 years already. Joe, they found him on the sidewalk don't know if they ever explicitly said, like, he had had a lot of drug and alcohol issues, and they grew up together. I mean, they were brothers basically. They toured in a van for most of their
That's
life,
horrible.
so they do have another guitarist now, Brian, that plays live shows with them. I don't know if he actually records. They haven't recorded much in a while, but I just love Lucky Boys because they're just good people and they're really talented. I love the songwriting and I've just gotten to know them really well over the years.
Yeah, like
So
have you met them like personally?
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Especially I think that was even like Tom's thing, like, oh, I know them, and it's like, yeah, because you like maybe talk to them after the show or something,
Yeah.
So like
It's like me when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I know Anthony Green. I'm like, I've met him a
close
couple
personal
times.
friends, right? Well, so I remember going to the show. I'd listened to them a little bit, and he was there with like his cousin and his best friend. I brought my little sister Mary and a couple of my friends, so I wasn't like doing anything dangerous, meeting people off the internet, which I've definitely done much worse than that. I met,
Right.
in a public place, crowded. They were so good though. But they were, kind of known to be stoners back then. Like I remember them playing a song called Power of the Ganja, and I was like, oh wow, what does that mean?
What is a ganja?
What is that? I mean, I was 17, like very sheltered, like Catholic school. I never heard that word before, but I was like, okay, sure. I probably never even smelled weed before. I probably didn't even know what was happening.
First time I smelled weed, I think, was at a Dave Matthews Band concert.
I can see that for
Because
sure.
like, what? I was like, what is this? My mom was like, that's weed. Move on.
It's reefer.
There was literally a guy and a girl having sex in a sleeping bag that we walked by, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like 10 years old.
Dave just gets them going. How did you know what's going on? They're like,
I don't know.
They're wrestling in there. Don't worry, little Zersey.
Don't worry, Zersey sauce. It's fine. Nothing's going on. But no, I mean, they were great shows though.
Yeah. I mean, I never got into Dave Matthews Band. I just like this sound isn't like pleasing to me. Like I'm not into that kind of music.
Yeah.
I like stuff that's a little harder, faster beats. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Yeah.
Their fans are just like, I can't deal with Dave fans.
I mean, I'll be honest. I do every now and then. I've talked about it before on here, but like I'll put on Under the Table and Dreaming. I'll put on Crash, just listen to a couple songs, and like it fucking gets me going. Like I love it, but like
it like amps you up or relaxes you. I don't know.
But maybe a little bit of both. I don't know. I mean, it's just like because I think the main thing is me. That was right around the time that I started playing drums.
Okay.
And Carter is such a great drummer that like when I go back and listen to the shit from like 93, 94, 95, I'm like, this reminds you of like how I was inspired to like play drums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when I go back
really
and listen
cool.
to those old songs, I'm like, fuck yeah. So like, but other than that, Matt, I haven't listened to a damn thing after that.
Well, I mean, I know they are like classically trained musicians, right? They're good at what they do for sure. So I respect that. And I mean, they have a huge following. Yeah, huge following. People will follow them everywhere in the whole country. Like that becomes their job.
Yeah, I mean, but then they like when you see them live, they become more of like a jam band. I'm like, I'm not into that. So I'm like,
I like short songs. Like,
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you can just play this song for 3 minutes. Thank you.
3 minutes max. That's you can stop right there, Dave. We're good, right?
Knock it off, dude.
You want to go home now?
What is your what's your favorite album by Lucky Boys Confusion? Do you have a favorite album? Do you just like it all, or
well, I think it's hard because like over time I try not to be biased by being like, I know these guys, I love them, I support them, they're good people. Like even the Plain White Tees, I'll tell them like, nah, that's not like my style really, but I still respect it. The first album that came to mind was Growing the Game.
Hmm.
That's a
you-
really good one
Yeah, I
because
think you sent me that album before.
yeah, because they had been signed by Elektra Records. So, at that point, I think, back then record labels would really want to market you. Obviously, it was a money-making business. So they wanted to know, like, what genre are you? How do we market you and to who? And so they purposefully put out this album that was just throwing the whole game. They put tons of different stuff on there that was more ska, rock, a little punk, rap
Like kind of
rocks,
all over the place. Like not
all
all.
over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Some horns up in there. I mean, they did a lot with that album. Just because they were kind of like, fuck it, we'll do whatever we want now.
Do you have a favorite song off that album that you can think of?
That's tough because there's so many good ones. Let me take a quick look here at the track list because I always think of them in order. Like everyone knows, well, not people. Lucky Boys didn't really have a hit, like a big radio hit
Mhm.
ever.
I feel
Um,
like because we talked about earlier, like how you and I have always just over the years sent each other like different music to listen to and shit. I feel like Fred Astaire sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. Fred Astaire would have been the one off of that album that maybe got like a little bit of radio play that people would have heard of. Because my number one favorite song is actually on that album. It's called Not About Deborah. But I
Mm.
don't know that that really represents them well because again, it's like another kind of like genre bending song. But
Let's see.
The dance hall's packed again. Move to your body, move to the music. Drink and smoke in hand. With anticipation for innovation. Says she feels the words. Through them she's venting, ooh, unrelenting. Guilt trips, scum and slurs. Driving her into the floor.
I mean, that's very like I can't even think of the word, like reggae, just
yeah,
like
there's like some like reggae, like calypso vibes in there, and it's like dance halls
calypso.
packed.
That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
and it's
Calypso.
like dance halls packed again, and it just like makes you want to dance, and it's all about, and I actually asked them like, who's Deborah? I'm like got some of the tea on that, but it's like, they were saying it's not about this girl, but she obviously was in a relationship with another guy, so it's like she sleeps with him and thinks about me, and it's just kind of like very romantic. I think in my head I picture like the dance hall and everything.
Is there another song off that album that like you want me to like I play real quick
Yeah,
to like kind of show like
play-
another
play
aspect of it.
Fred Astaire, because that's more of their general style, I would say.
Okay.
You can call it anything you want. Fact remains the same. I never got to be your Fred Astaire. You can lie to yourself and all your friends, pretend that you don't care, but circumstance gets in the way. You so many opportunities I never had. Don't push so hard. Nothing is ever easy, and the talent that you take for granted, it's a gift from God. Don't pass it up. Nothing is ever easy. Are you ready to work real hard? Are you tired? It's just the start. Listen to me, son, I'll take you far. You can call it anything you want. Facts remain the same. I never got to be your Fred Astaire. You can lie to yourself and all your friends, pretend that you don't care, but circumstance gets in the way. Heel toe, side to side again.
I mean, to compare those two songs.
I know I told you it's different, but I fucking love that song. And Fred Astaire is like one of their most popular songs. So like even at the
Yeah.
shows, like I've seen them live probably, I don't even think it would be an exaggeration to say like 30 times or more.
Jesus.
And so it's like you got like heel toe, side to side again. Like I just know like every word, every move.
And
so
do they close with that song?
though, so I would guess they did have one song that was on this like Mary Kate and Ashley soundtrack. One, it's like New York Minute, I think it's called. And so they had almost a radio hit where they played it like on late night TV shows and stuff called Hey Driver.
Hmm.
That is off the Commitment album. That's the year I saw them in 2003 when it came out. So this is 2 years later. They had Commitment. And that
The song is called Hey Driver.
Hey Driver
Yeah.
is
Sure, yeah.
song.
Sparks fly, I hit the ground running, thumb in the air on the side of the road. Good work never comes easy. Hey, driver to the top of the world. Sparks fly, I hit the ground running, thumb in the air on the side of the road. Good work never comes easy. Hey, driver to the top of the world. Put my life over my right shoulder with confidence, and here I come. Westbound, leave the motor running 'cause I'm on the run. In this crowded world, I'll be high waiting when the last train comes. Dark skies, I feel my heels burning. False highs till the end of the road. No doubt, I got a lot of learning. Hey, driver to the top of the world. Put my life over my right shoulder with confidence.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna preface this.
Yeah, say whatever you want. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's good. Honestly, it's good. But I know that if I have a favorite band, I don't like hearing someone say that my favorite band sounds like another band.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just got like heavy Green Day vibes with that song.
I could get like with the beat. Hey, like
I could
the
see
gang vocals and
I
stuff.
could see Billy Joe like ripping that song just
Yeah,
and be like, yeah, it's Green Day. But no, it's
Yeah.
good though. I like it.
that song does sound a little more like pop punk, a little more punk. And then I want to say I remember them talking about the gang vocals and them getting like a lot of different bands involved there. I want to say maybe like some guys from Yellow Card were in the background there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's definitely a little bit more pop punky. And then the most reggae song on the Commitment album is called Sunday Afternoon,
Okay.
which is another one that's like really good live. One of my favorites.
These are like super reggae.
Yeah. There's a feature on that album too. Let me see. Half Pint.
Half Pint. Yep.
Yeah, Lucky Boys Confusion and Half Pint. Yeah, that's really good.
Let me just fix my Spotify.
They're just so fun.
Keeping it fat for you. Real keen coming from the
So
music machine,
different.
ever fresh in the mix. Lucky Boys Confusion and Half Pint with another musical one. Jump the clock.
Sunday afternoon. In and out, you won't be perfect, you won't be pure. And Monday asking you, why did you, how could you play me for the fool? Oh, there's no simple answer. Oh, there's no reason at all. Must have been a beautiful daydream. You didn't come home till 3. Must have been a hell of a joyride. You didn't want to think of me. Must have been a lot of people saying you took more than you gave. But what do you take to take the pain away?
I turn to find the truth. The closer I got, the farther I got from you.
I mean, it's sick.
Yeah, so I mean, it keeps you guessing. I like
it's so
it.
crazy how different every song sounds.
I just love the variety of it. I mean, I've been like not playing, but like asking to play different sounding ones. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you went back to one of their earlier albums, let me see if Growing Out of It was their first album in 1998, like their first LP. And if you play,
Is that when they first got signed? Or
I don't even know that they were signed because Elektra came in for Throwing the Game, and then Commitment was their last album with Elektra before they got dropped. But if you played, let's say, 4080, it's like the second track on that album, that's going to have like a little bit more of their rap influence. Kind of bouncing around here. But I love all of it. Even the stoner stuff. I had no idea what pulled over with an O meant or anything like that back then, but I was singing along.
Yeah, I mean, just shit you like.
So I still don't know what an O is.
Coming at you, that rude boy fashion. Want to see you all dancing.
Well, it was Friday night last week. We got pulled over with an O. 53 and Ogden by a condescending pole. Trying to fill his quota buck. Stopped us. No reason, just the way we look. We would not let him search the car. He said he'd call us dogs. But we were not worried cause it was under 30 grams of 4080 shit. Costly, it was good, but though I admit, but I don't wanna be a part of it. I will not give in. We must change from within the system. They call us hopeless dreamers. They don't know what we are.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
I
it
get
goes
it.
into like, ooh, and then it's like the rock, and then there's like probably the most rap song on that album, I want to say, is probably LBC. That song is just sweet. Hold on. Yeah. Can you play? I know I'm asking you to play a lot, but can you play a
No,
little
no,
bit
you're fine.
of the song LBC? It's like their anthem.
And it's on this album during the game. Or is
Yeah.
it on a different
Or
album?
it's on Growing Out of It.
Oh, okay.
It's right after 4080. It's like the second track after the album intro. They were party boys for sure back then.
What's the name of the song?
It's called LBC. Just playing with like everything I
Or
find on my
Lucky
desk.
Boys Confusion, I guess.
Mhm.
I have to search for it.
If you go to Lucky, like their Spotify page, and then Growing Out of It,
Yeah,
it'll be
I
the
found
third
So
down.
let's go back to the county, won't slow down, go down. Hit the next street at the party, gonna throw down $3 to get inside. LBC, get it all set right. I need a pleasure relief, sorta like masturbation. My LBC kick, the malignant fascination with sensation. Grows on the mind where I blow. Hide all your fans and then shit up at the flow. I'm gonna top, all the critics, Pull the side down, the fanatics won't know. Break it punk out, whenever get tired, we can add them, the town. Cry up, fire, right up in ya as we continue to move the groove in the end's gonna win you out. I don't know competition when I'm on the microphone. You listen, yo, mission up point. Boy, kids, back door, that's the way that you live. When you're a lucky boy, recipe. Yeah, you know me, this 5-piece jam, go LBC. Let's do the world passes by saying the world does not revolve around you, but my world revolves around me. No, it's not conceit, just a realization that at first I put myself for you so I can stand on my own 2 feet. Right next to thee. So LB confusion is on the mic. A few boss won't stop with the shit you like. Go skip the trip and spend the night. Cause I believe that the time is right. L to the B, you don't quit. With a style for the Y to the C, this outfit. 5 of us with a megaphone shout. Yo, break the mode, it's to be style. It's the L.B.C. Lucky boys confusion. I'm not Long Beach, but from Chicago. I'm making my bobble. If you meet the
Oh.
See?
Chicago, from Chicago.
Everybody said I'm sorry. My hair's so stuck in the middle of me. I'm gonna rock in the mic since 1993.
Yeah.
And so again, I don't want to try to say who they sound like, but that reminds me a lot of 311.
Mm-hmm. which they listened
And
to all the time back
yeah,
then. Yeah.
it's like 311. It's like a mix of 311 and Sublime. Honestly, that's what I
Yeah.
would.
I don't mind you saying they sound like a band at all, by the way. Like, I don't know if maybe that
Well,
offended somebody,
I
but I'm like,
do.
everyone's influenced by somebody, right?
Right. But I mean, if you find out about a new band you get super into, and then you tell somebody about it, and they say, "Oh, well, that just sounds like X."
Mhm.
It's like, fuck off. So,
Yeah. Well, so I mean, even on that album alone, it was kind of a mix, of
yeah.
the 311 more sounding like rock,
Yeah.
rap, a little reggae. So that
Yeah.
was
It's
their
like
first full album.
pop punk, reggae, um, just pop, and just
Mhm.
punk. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and,
love it. I've always
yeah, fuck
loved
yeah.
Stubby's songwriting too. Like, I listened to so much of them when I was in high school, like my senior year, early on in college, like angst-filled drama. I was, going to college for the first time, kind of like on my own, working, and I would listen to some of their like songs on commitment, and they would get me really pumped up. Like this song Broken, I remember listening to when I would drive to school and be like, yeah, you're never gonna see me broken. I'm gonna like get the best grades. I'm gonna be awesome. I don't know. Music has always been like an escape for me too. Like I love driving alone and listening to music. It's like very relaxing. It's
What
good
this
like
song?
decompression.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best.
Yeah.
Looking down from the skybox, watching the whole block throw 'em in the air. If you hate me now, not getting your truce. Getting loose like the noose on my na neck. I'm running the next suburban curse. If I make it, baby, you can drive my hearse. We're getting close, man, toe to toe, man. Here we go. Here we go. Never gonna see me broken. Here we go. They're never gonna see me broken.
Didn't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. It just
No, yeah.
I try to be quick on the draw with these songs.
No. Like I know you can't have them playing for too long, but I don't know. They were just such a big part of my like high school, college life, and like my friendship that I have with my sister. They're like our band. So some of my best memories are at their shows.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's super
Yeah.
cool. That's like a
And
good
that's
thing for you guys to have.
yeah. And that's how I found out about Plain White Tees. I saw them at their second show. They played that show with Slightly Stupid. I think it was like a week or two later, they had another show where they stopped back in Cleveland on a new tour with Plain White Tees and Zebra Head. If you remember them at all.
I remember the name. I don't think I ever really listened
Yeah.
to them. But
That's when I found out about the Tees, who I love to this day.
yeah, I know you love the teas.
Yeah. Well, they're another Chicago band. So
Yeah.
Lucky Boys is always great. I think of the Plain White Tees as like their little brothers.
Mm.
And they were always good about taking other Chicago bands on tour with them, having them open at their shows. Like The Academy was a band they played with a lot back then too. They used to play
Whatever
with
happened to that
Fall
band?
Out Boy. I don't know. I think
Whatever
they,
happened to Fallout Boy? I feel like there's so many bands that like I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy is probably still making content, but
I think they must be. Yeah, I haven't kept up with them as much. But yeah, there's so many. Like Nest was a Chicago band that I loved. MEST. I used
I
to
didn't
listen
know
to them a
Mest
lot.
was from Chicago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now you're making me question it. I'm like, yes, they're from Chicago. They're all from Chicago. But no, there's just so many good Chicago bands. Lawrence
Yeah, I
Arms.
just know my North Carolina bands. So like
Mhm.
every other
Well,
band,
there's-
I'm like, yeah, they're probably from like LA or something.
Maybe there's not a lot of bands from Cleveland, so I just like fully rely on the Chicago bands to get me through.
You're just fully invested into the Chicago market.
I am, because I mean, they all opened for each other. I went there so much.
Yeah.
Lucky Boys does this big show every December called Songs from a Scene, where they support their scene and other bands. And even to this day, they are really good about finding local bands to open for them, and like doing kind of like competitions. Reach out to me,
Yeah.
let me know, that kind of thing. So they're very supportive of their community, which I love about them. They're just nice guys.
Well, it seems like it. I mean,
Yeah. You want to know who opened for them the last time I saw them though, earlier this month?
where was it? Let me guess. Where was it?
It was in Chicago at the
So
Bottom
who
Lounge.
so who opened for LBC?
So Thomas Ian Nicholas, does that name sound familiar to you at
Yes.
all? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom and Ian Nicholas band. It's the guy from Rookie of the Year.
Yes,
He
exactly.
has a band. I
Are
guess
they
he's at a
good?
band. I mean, they're pretty good. One of my friends, Tammy, really likes them. They were
Does she
dating
hold on? Does she like them or does she like him? Because he was a
Um,
fucking heartthrob in like
so
1994.
cute. He was so cute back then. I think it's probably like a mix of both of them. Like she likes him a lot, and likes the band.
Yeah.
The weird thing is though that they kept doing like parodies about American Pie because he was in that too, which I forgot.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So they were singing about like they
He was
did
like the
Stacy's
straight one.
mom. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
like Stifler's mom has got it going on and just like stuff like that. And I'm like, I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like if if here's what I'll say about it. If you are lucky enough to have that platform, even if you're just like a child actor, right? And you
Mhm.
want to go make music, do it. Like make the segue actual, right?
Yeah.
Like don't like spoof yourself. Just make music. You
Yeah.
have the opportunity to do it. So make legit music. Like don't make joke music.
I mean, he probably does have other like original songs. I maybe just don't
Maybe.
remember them as well. I think they do.
Maybe. I don't
Um,
know.
but
We'll
I mean,
see.
he seems really nice, and they seem like Thomas Ian Nicholas seems like he's like cool with Stubby. They've been talking about putting a show together for years. So they were
I,
fun live. Fun
I'm
live.
not.
I
I'm
was just
not. I don't
surprised.
want to.
I was
I don't
like,
want to knock him. I don't want to knock him.
yeah,
But it's
don't
like if
knock
you.
him. He's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
not
throw a
knocking
pitch
him.
at your ass.
He will. Fucking.
That fastball. Exactly. When they take the cast off of him.
Did he? I haven't seen that movie in so long, but like if you if you think about the premise of that movie, it's so ridiculous.
I mean, that like breaks child labor laws. Like, first off, there's no way they would let that kid play in major league.
How much are they paying you?
Or they paid if his mom was probably embezzling all of his money that he made
Yeah.
from being a
Yeah.
major league baseball player.
It's so stupid. Fucking Daniel Stern. Like,
I mean, they
Sure,
were
it's
making
all-
a lot of baseball movies back then. Remember Angels in the Outfield
yeah.
with sweetheart little Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Mm-hmm.
and
And
the
Christopher
Angels?
Lloyd,
Remember
right?
the Angels helping him play?
That was like when people cared about baseball. They
Well,
don't anymore.
I have my fingers on the pulse of America. I always have. Back then, in the 90s, Americans loved baseball.
They did, apparently. We had so many fucking movies. League of Their Own. One of my favorite. I love that movie.
Classic.
Oh, I
Classic.
love that
Mhm.
movie. But I mean, these days, like people only care about football, really. And
I think people care
basketball.
about basketball.
Basketball. I mean, I'm sure up with you in Cleveland.
Oh, people love sports up here. I mean, one of my best friends has season tickets to like the Browns, the Guardians, or the Indians, as they were called before, and also the Cavs. So we're a big sports town.
Well,
My
I mean,
mom
I'm
loves
literally-
sports.
I'm literally wearing a soccer jersey right now because we just got a team this season. So
Oh, what are they called?
Charlotte
Alpha.
FC. Ally
Oh.
Ally is just the bank. They're the sponsor.
They put the sponsor that big on the front. I thought they were like allies to the LGBTQ
Yeah.
community.
Well, I'm sure they are, but no, that's kind of like how like soccer clubs do it. Like they don't really like, so here is our crest, right? So
Mhm.
it's Charlotte, and it says minted 2022. And this is like an engraved, not engraved, stitched in patch.
Yeah.
But Ally is just the sponsor. So like most soccer clubs, like the sponsor is what's on the front.
Okay.
Um,
And they just embroider the patch on whatever the
Mhm.
sponsored jersey is.
Yeah, and then like sponsors change a lot.
Mhm.
Like, as you know, my brother-in-law is a huge Chelsea fan from England, and they have switched a bunch. So I think he might have like 3 different kits. Like one's like Yokohama tires or whatever. One's like just literally the number 3, which is like a cell phone company over there. Like, so it all just switches. But yeah,
It's like
I've
race
got
car
2.
drivers, like we watch like the Formula One
Mm-hmm.
docu-series. What is it called? Drive to Survive or something like that.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah. You
And
see how
that's
much they're like the sponsorships and everything.
that's the
Yep.
cars and their kit, everything that they wear. It's kind of the same for football out there, I guess.
Yep. And then I have another one of these, which is like their 3rd kit, like their alternate. Like they probably will only wear like a couple times a season, but it's white. And then like Ally and like the stripes is like rose gold. I think it looks more like peach, but it's pretty fucking dope. I love it. So, and then their other jersey is black, and it's like they call it mint. So it's like a mint green stripes and Ally. So
Sounds pretty.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of those as well. I don't
Maybe
know.
you will.
I just can't stop, but we fucking lost today. So maybe I'm gonna stop even watching it.
My apologies for that. I don't watch any sports except disc golf on YouTube.
Hey, you know what? That's admirable.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually,
But I don't have any disc golf clothes. Jerome has like a bunch of.
how often do you guys play disc golf?
Well, we can't play a lot in Cleveland, like in the winter or even in the spring. If it's still wet out from the rain, you have to be really careful because I don't want to trek through mud. But we play a lot in the summer and the fall.
Yeah.
We even got our good friends a couple discs and little bags so they could come out and play with us. But we love teaching people how to play too. It's fun.
Well, I was gonna say, like, that's one of my buddies. Yeah, one of my good friends. He started playing recently. He might have played before. I don't know. I'll have to check with him on that. But he was asking me to come out. I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm scared.
It's fun. I like to just walk around, but it's not like throwing a frisbee. It's like,
Well, and that's the
you have
thing.
to be so
I know.
specific and like the flick of the wrist and get it into the basket. I mean,
Well, because me and my boys have been throwing the bee since fucking 1993. Like we have always thrown the frisbee, and
the
but
bee. I've never heard anyone call it that. The bee?
the bee,
No,
throwing the
never.
bee. Are you on drugs? You never heard
Are
it
you
called
on
the
drugs?
bee?
I'm not, but you may be.
Maybe.
Are you? Maybe.
You've never heard it called the bee?
No, I'll ask Jerome. He's probably sleeping now. I literally, we've been talking about me coming on the show for a while, and
Yeah.
then I've been traveling so much lately, and then I came home from the show, like got in earlier than I thought I would. So I just walked right in the door, got my tea. I'm still like dressed in my show outfit, everything.
And
Ready to
was
talk
Sunshine
about
already
music.
sleeping?
He was maybe playing Rocket League or something in his office.
Of course.
But yeah, he actually said he was gonna maybe come to the show, but then today he's like, no, with COVID, I don't want to come. And I was like, that's fine.
It's understandable. But yeah, no,
No worries.
we've always called it the bee. Like we always have. It's like, hey, you trying to throw the bee real quick? It's like, yeah. But that's, you're talking like ultimate frisbee in that point. So
Yeah, which I
the
don't do that.
juxtaposition between ultimate and disc golf is insane. So like you have to really understand what you're doing when you go play disc golf. So I've just been kind of like, maybe
Right.
one day I'll play.
You could just go and get some putters and like try to just get them in the basket.
Yeah.
Like you driving and like your mid-range, like that takes time.
when I see people fucking whipping those discs, I'm like,
Some forehand.
it just hurts my back watching it. People rip it.
We know this guy, Scotty. He owns one of our favorite Italian restaurants, and he helped build our favorite disc golf park
Mm.
on the lake here. And he really messed up his neck and his vertebrae and stuff, and like couldn't play anymore. I think like over time, you're just like constantly whipping like, when
Yeah.
you drive, so it can mess you up over time. You have to stretch.
Weren't you supposed to be coming down here at some point in the past like year or two, like for the disc golf? Because there's a big disc golf tournament or the big
Yeah, Rock
championship.
Hill.
Yeah,
Rock
yeah, it's in
Hill,
Rock
they
Hill.
always-
Yeah.
They always
It's at
have
Winthrop.
huge
Yeah, it's at
championships
Winthrop.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winthrop. My cousin went there, actually, my cousin Sarah, to the
Did you-
university.
Did you go to it or no?
We've never been to that one. We've gone to like the World Championship of Disc Golf, which travels, but that specific tournament we've never gone down to, which I would.
It's a long drive.
I've been wanting to make a Carolinas trip for a while now, and
You gotta
The
go
first-
to the beaches.
yeah, the first time I had planned my trip, because I wanted to have like my super cool cousins reunion with my coolest cousins, we had a house booked on Foley Island, I
Mhm.
think. And then there was a Hurricane Matthew hit, and we
Mm.
canceled. We couldn't go. It was literally like
sucks.
shut down. And then I planned another Carolinas trip. I was going to go to Myrtle Beach to stay with my aunt. And my cousin Michael was going to come up from Columbia.
Woof.
Woof. Well, she lives there. And I was going to
Still
stop.
woof.
I was gonna stop in Wilmington and see my friends there, and then it was the pandemic started
okay.
in 2020. So it's like anytime I try to get back to the Carolinas, something
Something always happens.
disastrous,
Yeah.
disastrous happens at that. So
Because when you and I met, like, were you just down here to see? I won't say her name, but like,
yeah,
were
I
you-
was gonna see my friend and then my family down there.
yeah,
Because Lancaster was only like 40 minutes south of
Yeah.
Charlotte.
that's where I got married.
Exactly. I remember that.
It's very close.
Yeah, they don't live there anymore though. My uncle moved to like Chicago suburbs because my
Is
godmother
he that
passed
big
away.
of a Lucky Boys Confusion fan?
He might be. He probably would listen to them. He used to listen to like the Boss Tones and stuff like that. He's a
I'm
cool
sorry,
uncle.
you said someone passed away. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, my Aunt Joanne passed away. So that's my
His
aunt that lived
wife.
there. His wife. So he
Okay.
remarried years later, moved to Chicago. Then my cousin Michael moved to Columbia. And then his sister, my cousin Sarah, lives in Palm Bay, Florida now. So nobody's really like in that area anymore.
So you said the one cousin moved to Columbia, South Carolina?
Yeah, he still lives there.
Yeah.
He's
That's a
actually
cool- that's a
getting
cool city.
married probably like next year. So I might be coming down for that
Hell yeah.
unless there's
It's
another
about-
hurricane.
Yeah. I'm sure something's gonna happen.
Something.
That's about
Something's gonna
like
happen.
it's about like an hour and a half or so south of Charlotte. But no, we my brother-in-law and I went down there a few years ago for a Lego convention.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the two of you? Because your nephew
Well,
and these weren't
And then
born yet.
my nephew was there. He came
Oh,
with us. He
as
was
an
teeny
infant?
tiny.
Okay.
So the three of us went.
For him
Yeah.
though, right? He was choking
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Legos.
Yeah, he definitely
Right.
But no, we went, and that was like one of the first times I'd been to Columbia. I'd been through it, but it's a cool town.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
like a
that's where,
college town.
yeah, that's where University of South Carolina is. I mean, the
Mhm.
Gamecocks. So like, it's,
Yeah.
it's definitely like, it's cool.
I haven't
like
been
it a
there in a while. But I think like Hootie and the Blowfish are from there, right? 'Cause
Yeah, I know he's from South
Hootie,
Carolina. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
his fucking name?
Darius Rucker,
Yes.
the country singer.
Yeah. Which I actually saw him in person a couple of years ago. I think I might have told
Really?
you this.
Like just mutual friend or something.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is like
Yeah.
too much to share, but there was someone in my not immediate uh, friend group, but kind of extended. It was someone that passed away, and I guess Darius was his wife was friends with this person, so he came and sang "Amazing Grace" at the funeral.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're
It's
sitting
really
at the
nice.
funeral. Yeah, we're sitting at the funeral. I'm like looking at the program. I'm like, is that the Darius Rucker?
Wow.
What?
How did they get him? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, holy shit. So,
Yeah.
but
No, I
no,
remember there's this neighborhood I remember going to, I think called Five Points down there, and there's like a street named after them. And so
named
that's
after
when I looked.
Hootie.
I don't know if it's Darius Ruckert or if it's like Hootie and the Blowfish Boulevard,
Hmm.
but it's like right. I remember looking it up after seeing that and being like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're from Columbia. I was thinking they were from Greenville. I don't
I
know.
just looked it up and they are.
From Columbia?
Yeah.
Okay.
And oddly enough, I know that he sings that cover of Wagon Wheel,
Mhm.
and it's really good.
No, he's fucking crazy good. I just like, they had a couple hits and then faded out, but he's like kind of really um honed in on like the country genre, which I think he's
Yeah.
doing really well. I mean,
Good for
fuck, he
him.
literally like after I saw him in that one instance that I just talked about, the next day he was like the CMAs. And I was like, well, just saw him
Damn.
yesterday.
Nice of him to stop in though. I mean, that's a good guy for
Yeah, no,
sure.
fuck yeah, that's awesome. I mean, no, trust
Yeah.
me, everyone was just like, what a good dude. Because he had to dip out like almost
Had to
immediately
get
because
going
he
to
had to
get to
leave.
the
But he
yeah.
took time to, to do that for his wife's friend. So
Did you ever at any point in your life like country music?
fuck no,
Never.
never,
I
never
will
have.
admit that
Oh my
I
God.
had a Garth Brooks CD when I was in grade school. Hey, I have no guilty pleasures,
Well,
Wells.
I'm gonna unfollow you on Twitter now. It's
You
been since
can't.
2009.
You're
But
one of
you
my oldest Twitter friends. No, for whatever reason, I mean, he was on the radio a lot back then. And I still listened to mostly pop music as a kid, but for whatever reason, my neighbors across the street loved Garth Brooks, and I had the CD. I think it was like like red, white, and blue, like stars and stripes on
oh
his
my
face.
God.
But that's probably the end of it for me. But my friends in Wilmington, though, they're super talented. They were both music therapists. They moved
Mhm.
up to Cleveland to work at Cleveland, just Cleveland area. We have tons of healthcare, like Cleveland Clinic. I used to hire music therapists there. They're super talented. They moved back down to North Carolina eventually, but they would play like the banjo and the guitar and stuff, and they'd sing at parties, just kind of like sitting in a circle.
So that like
And
got you into Garth Brooks.
no, this is as I was older. No, when I was older, and I met them when I was an adult, and they would play Wagon Wheel, and me and Centrum would just be like, so they're so good. Like
You
Jason
were
and
like
Emily.
enthralled.
Jason and Emily are so talented because she, I think, was like a voice major too, and she has a beautiful voice, but nothing to do with Garth Brooks. Like, but those are maybe like outside of like everyone loves Dolly Parton or like Johnny Cash, stuff like
Absolutely,
that.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You have those classics that like obviously everybody loves,
Mhm.
but like new shit,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Well, didn't you go to, what were you sending me pictures or whatever? You said you went to high school with someone that's married to a country music star.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't
I won't
know,
name
like,
names.
I didn't know what it was like for you growing up, because like I don't even know, because you're in the South, but Charlotte's such a big like transplant city, I feel like.
Right. Yeah.
Does it
Exactly.
feel like the South to you?
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah.
because I go to places that feels like the South, and when I'm back in Charlotte, I'm like, this is not the South.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So I didn't know. Did like Murph? Did she have Meredith? Did she ever listen to country music or anything? Their
no.
family? Oh, okay.
I think my other sister did for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I think she actually kind of might like country music, but
Hmm.
we just were never country music people. I mean,
Yeah.
we were listening to like top 40 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Not,
listened
not
to as a
shit,
kid.
but
Good shit.
good shit. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
that's why I have a 14-hour long fucking Spotify playlist of 90 music, is because I'm like, it just reminds me of being a kid.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
was gonna say too. So Lucky Boys has sampled or like been influenced by a lot of different genres, but country is not one of them.
Right.
Oh, well, they do have this song called Dumb Pop Song, and then they do like live as a joke. They have it, they call it Dumb Country Song.
Mhm.
But other than that, they've done a little bit of everything. Good guys. I didn't know if we were done talking about them or just
Oh,
music in general.
well,
We
that's
just
fine.
go with the flow.
Yeah, we can just do whatever. I mean, I was just gonna play this real quick.
Isn't a nice song. It's actually a song about what's the song about?
It's about stealing women. It's called the Dumb Country Song.
I went to my boy's house. I met his sister. I knew right then I had to get with her. She had a boyfriend. He wasn't worthy his friends. All say he's a wannabe junkie. I know that this must be wrong, but I know I will steal your girlfriend. I know I will steal your girl.
It's Mr. Steer Girl right there.
Yeah. I mean, they were just playing that as a joke. But that was they have that album, it's live and acoustic. I saw them play that set too. They did it again in Detroit. I took my friends back when I used to have a bunch of clubs that I was the president of, my surprise club. It's just basically like one person in the group plans a surprise like once a month. And you just tell
fun.
everybody like where to be at what time, how much money or what to bring with them, and when you're going to have them home. So it's like, all right, I'm going to pick you guys up at like 1 p.m. Don't plan to be home till maybe 2 a.m. And they're like, okay. And then we're like, why are we on the turnpike heading west? And we ended up in Detroit. And I took them to see Lucky Boys for that show.
And
And
how
they
long of a
loved
drive
it.
is that?
It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Wow. That's cool though.
We
Do
had
y'all
fun
still
in the
do you
car.
still do that?
No, it was with my cousin and my friend Cassie. Oh, we would bring other people sometimes. Like
Hmm.
Jerome came to a couple, but some surprises were better than others. Mine would usually be like over the top like that, though.
I'm gonna drive you 2.5 hours. We're going to see
Where
a band.
are we? But I mean, we had like we would do stuff like karaoke in the car.
That's fun.
Back then I would print out my MapQuest directions and be like, don't look,
Oh, yeah.
don't look where we're going.
Wow, so it was that long ago.
Oh yeah, really long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, when did that album come out? Let me see. 07. Okay, so it was like I was like 21, 22 then.
God, to think back at like, how did we even find out where to go with just
MapQuest. Trust me, I got lost a lot.
So did we.
I had a binder of MapQuest. Like if I had to pick a friend up, I'd print out their MapQuest and then to the next place and I'd flip through. You gotta be
Fucking-
prepared.
Well, kids don't fucking know how good they have it now. I mean, because
Right?
like GPS on our phones has changed everything. Like, oh my God. Like, I just think about horror stories of like driving to the beach and missing your turn because it's one thing didn't say then something correctly. It was just like there were so much room for error.
Right. Well,
And
and I
now,
mean, I think you should still learn how to read a map because
yeah,
if you lose GPS signal, like when I drove from Seattle to Cleveland, we're driving through the middle of Montana. I mean, you stay on 90 the entire time, but if you go to a hotel or, anything like that, you don't want to get lost out there.
right. You saw my
So
sisters went to Seattle, right?
I know I was talking to her because I was leaving Seattle the day she got there.
Wow.
So we were talking about like what she was gonna do because I was
Fuck,
there
that would
like
have been cool for
I
y'all
was
to
there
meet
eight
up.
days. I know. But I was
Mm,
literally going to the airport. Alvin, my niece, was dropping me off that morning.
mm. Think she had a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like she saw a lot in a short time. So I'm happy
It's
that
a
she
whole
got to
like that
check it out.
city pass shit where like you could just pay a certain amount and like you can like get into place. I don't know. I didn't really
Like the
understand.
Seattle Center has like a bunch of stuff you could do, like Space Needle, Experience Music Project, like
Space
or the
Needle.
Glass
Oh my
Museum.
God. She sent us pictures of her sitting on this like glass floor and it's slowly spinning. And I'm just like,
Ooh. Did she post that on Facebook? I don't remember looking at that. It sounds fun though.
she might have. It might have been on her Instagram.
I've
But
never done that.
she sent it to me and my sister and my dad.
Mm.
But no, I'm like, I can't do that.
I would do it.
I wouldn't.
I love
I
like
wouldn't.
the thrill. I like being scared a little. Like I like
I
being
don't.
scared for my life a little bit.
I don't at all.
It makes you feel more
No.
alive.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. I won't.
If
I
it's
don't.
safe, I'm not saying that I would skydive or anything like that. But I would if it's like thick plate glass. I mean, they probably still make you sign a waiver, but I would do it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone's different.
I mean, dude, literally last time we went to fucking Dollywood, I literally just held the purses and sat on a bench.
So you're not a roller coaster person then either.
It used to be, even not anymore. No.
Did you go to Carowinds as a kid?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
All
went
the
there
time.
with my cousins before. I think they're owned by the same company that operates Cedar Point in up
Yeah,
here near Cleveland.
they
which is a
were at
huge
least at one point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they might have sold it or something.
Hmm.
I don't know what. I haven't fucking been there in so long.
Wasn't it like right on the state border? Because I remember
Yeah.
there was a roller coaster that took you like through South and North Carolina or
Yeah,
something
you
like
could.
that.
Yeah, and there's a spot in the park where you can just straddle the North Carolina South Carolina line.
Oh, from an HR perspective, that would be very interesting to see, like
If
how
an
the employees, like what state, is it like where they're headquartered technically, I guess, like North Carolina would be the employer, how the taxes would work. That's just super interesting.
yeah, it would definitely be based on like jurisdictionally, like where they were hired, I guess, or they're like technically
Yeah.
based out of.
Like
Right.
they're doing business as whatever the company's called out of this
Yeah.
state would be how it works. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I'm like over an hour from Pennsylvania. That'd be the closest for me.
Yeah, no, because I deal with that a lot with like the injured workers I deal with, because like
Mhm.
they may live in say Kansas or Alabama, but they actually work out of Florida. So we have to go based on Florida jurisdiction, like when it comes to their claim, right? So like
Yeah,
I would imagine that's kind of how it would work there.
that's
I don't
complicated.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because North Carolina and South Carolina, I'll tell you right now, when it comes to workers' compensation, is very different. So it's gonna
Did you like that song by Petey Pablo as a kid where they're like, North Carolina, come on and raise up? You know that song?
Did I like it?
Yeah, you did, because it said your state's name in it.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
it
the
was
eighth
like,
grade social.
well, and I'll tell you this, that specific song is the Carolina Hurricanes like goal song.
Oh,
They
your
play
favorite.
they play it
Yeah,
every
the
time they
Canes.
score.
Right.
So it's just like, ugh. God.
But don't you like to hear it? Because that means that they got a goal.
That's true. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is true. That is
Right.
true. But I mean, is it a good song? Absolutely not.
I
Do
can't
I do-
remember anything else with that line. Wait, take your shirt off.
It's like
Spin
spin
it
it
around your
around your
head.
head like a helicopter or something like that.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
helicopter.
Yeah. No. Fucking PD Pablo. Yeah, the Canes put out like a huge thing like for people to vote on like what they wanted our like next goal song to be. And
Hmm.
I don't remember the other ones, but
Oh, I have a good question for you.
yeah.
If you were a professional athlete or
Mhm.
especially a baseball player, you know how when baseball players come out to bat, they
They
have
have
their
walkout songs.
walkout song. What would your walkout song be?
Probably some by Pine Grove.
You think that would get the crowd hyped up for you to hit a home run? Jersey, Jersey, Jersey.
So this is gonna be me. I'll be walking out. And,
Okay.
and
Get
this,
your bat ready. Pointed out.
get my bat. I'm gonna get my bat ready. This is gonna be the song. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Get choked up on the bat. No.
Here I am coming out just like, hey y'all.
Hey y'all. That actually would be amazing.
What would your walkout song be?
I've thought about this before, to be honest with you.
You've thought about your walkout song?
Yeah, even though I don't even play, baseball, I think I quit after T-ball. But
Hmm.
the Buffy the Vampire Slayer theme by Nerf Herder
The
is what
show?
mine would be. The theme song is by the band Nerf Herder.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of Nerf Herder?
yeah, I've
They're
heard
like
of
a
Nerf Herder.
super nerdy band. They play the theme to Buffy
Oh,
the Vampire
sorry.
Slayer.
Did not mean to play that again. I apologize.
That's okay. Yeah, because they were around mostly in the 90s, like early 2000s, but the Buffy theme slaps.
All right, let me see if this is the right one.
I will crack the bat to this song.
Is this
Get
it?
ready. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, I got into Nerf Herder when I always loved Buffy, but I had a MySpace boyfriend long distance before I met Centrum, and he would make me mix CDs, and he would put like a couple Nerf Herder songs on each one, and we would listen to them while we would drive to each other. It was long distance,
How long
and
was the
I
distance, you said?
love Nerf Herder. What was that?
How long was the distance, did you say?
Ooh, God, we would meet up in the middle of Pennsylvania because he was from New Jersey.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So we would drive like 4 hours or each to get to each other, I think, or even
Oh
longer.
my God. How long did that go on for?
I don't know. Maybe just like for like maybe a couple, like one summer or something like that.
Summer love.
Yeah.
And
But then
you
I met
Centrum.
Centrum and I'm
Yep.
like, well, this guy's like here in person, so we're good. But like there's the song, my favorite Nerf Herder song is called Mr. Spock. It's so good.
Where are they from?
They're from New Jersey. Or maybe I'm making that up because they have a song called New Jersey Girl. Hold on, let me see. I gotta say the bass is so good. fun.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny that when I first heard it, again, I hate telling people what their band reminds me of, but it reminded me a bit of Weezer.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that because
And
it's
they
like
have a
reminds me of
song.
Hash Pipe, kind
Yeah,
of.
yep. That ding,
Uh-huh.
ding, 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 ding,
Mhm.
ding, ding. But they have a
Yeah.
song. The number 3 song on Spotify is "We Open for Weezer."
We open for Weezer. Yeah. Well, okay. So my favorite line in Mr. Spock is it's like, you sit all night at your computer drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, that's me. They're singing about me. It's like my favorite drink though. But they are actually, I was way off. They're from Santa Barbara, California.
Okay,
Completely
little,
opposite coast. They just have a song called
little
New
different.
Jersey Girl. I've never seen them live. I don't think I've even like looked up their history, but like I loved all the songs he would put on my mix CDs. And this is the weirdest thing that I've just discovered on the Wikipedia rabbit hole. As soon as I saw their singer's name, Harry Grip, I just realized he sings children's songs that my niece Emily listens to all the time.
That's weird.
Like, I think there's a song about like raining tacos that he sings. It's kind of like the Aquabats, like how they had a kids show and like
Oh, yeah.
children love them. I feel like they're very similar, like Aquabats and Nerf Herder. And yeah, Perry Grip's #1 song is Raining Tacos and Do You Like Waffles, which that's a really good one. So
Fun
funny.
fact, that's where Travis Barker came from. Before
I know.
he came from the Aquabats, went to
Yeah,
Blink.
he was a garbage man. He joined the Aquabats, and the rest is history.
It's fucking insane. I mean, that's why I love like going to Wikipedia and like looking up shit, because it's like you find out so many things that you never knew, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I'm so good at Jeopardy, because I'm always just learning.
Oh, way to work that brag in there. I'm just
Hey, I
learning.
fucking love Jeopardy.
I know we always talk about Jeopardy and Wheel.
I mean, it's the best show on television.
Pretty much. How have you liked it without Alex? I really haven't watched it because I don't have network TV.
Mayim's good. I like Mayim a lot.
Mhm.
Ken Jennings is okay. I mean, I like Mayim more, and they've kind of just like switched back and forth between them. So it's kind of been like, it was weird for a while, but now it seems like, I mean, Mayim is, it's almost like they're using Ken as like her backup. Like he comes in if she's
I'm
gonna
fine
be
with
off.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, and they call it like they rename it's called the Alex Trebek stage now, and they
Mhm.
always give him a shout out like every time. You know,
Yeah.
I think Mayim's good. She you would like it because she wears a lot of what's that pattern that you like?
Houndstooth?
Houndstooth. Yeah, she wears a
Yeah.
lot of houndstooth.
Aw, I love that you know that.
I just knew that you were all
It
about
is like my
houndstooth.
pattern. Everyone thinks of me when they see houndstooth.
So she, because I knew you were all about houndstooth. So she wears a lot of houndstooth, but sometimes like she wears a lot of blue, and like
Hmm.
the background is blue. I'm like,
It's an interesting choice that like wardrobe would have allowed
yeah,
that if she like kind of blends in with the blue screens.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, every time I say the houndstooth, I'm like, Lori would love that fucking jacket.
Heck yeah. But do you feel like they're like honoring him well, like in the
Yeah,
show
no,
now?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like it hit us really hard with Alex when he
it
was getting
did.
sick, like we would talk about it a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, I would cry watching his interviews and stuff like that.
No, and it fucking upset me because I mean, I mean, obviously I watched it as a kid, but like I really became like religious about watching it every night, like when I was in college. Like my
Mhm.
dad and I would watch it. And then so we've continued it. Like Marissa and I watch it every night. I mean, like clockwork. So it's always just been kind of like a staple. And then Alex was always the staple. And then
Mhm.
he was kind of one of those things where it's like, he was one of those people that you're like, he's always going to be here. And then he got sick and you're like, he'll beat it. It's fine.
Mhm. Yeah.
But, obviously he did it. So, but no, I think they've been doing a good job.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'll have to watch it with my mom sometimes because I used to watch it mostly every Monday with my grandma. I would hang out with my grandma every Monday and we'd watch Wheel and then Jeopardy. And she'd
oh, yeah,
always
because
have
you
like
guys have
soup
the
for
you,
me.
you guys have the flip thing up there. So
Yeah,
7 o'clock is
first.
wheel. Nope,
Yeah.
not down here.
7:30 Jeopardy.
Nope.
So I would ask you to give me the final Jeopardy so
Like,
I could pretend
can
to
I
be really
cheat?
smart. I'm like, what was it today? Let me know. And then like my grandma or Jerome would be like, how did you know that? I'm like, I know a lot of things. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry about it.
I learned it in school. I heard it on the radio.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, I guess it's just the markets, like they decide what goes first, but I'm like,
Does it matter?
what's the difference? You might as well
Right.
just play them at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they did a episode of RuPaul's Drag Race where the runway was Vanna White. Like you were supposed to dress like Vanna White recently, and she was on the show and she looked so good still.
You know where Vanna White's from?
Charlotte?
Close. Myrtle
Somewhere
Beach.
north-
Myrtle
Myrtle
Beach.
Wolf? Woof.
Whoa.
I still don't remember what you woofed the other day. I forget.
Yeah,
Was that yesterday? I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
I was eating
It's-
so much
it's kinda
frozen
like-
pineapple.
It's
Hey,
kind of
well.
like it's my go-to response to most things
Woof.
these days.
Yeah.
Woof.
Oh, woof.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh, good stuff. Well, at least we
Yeah.
have music. We have the internet. When life
Yeah.
woofs,
Yeah,
go to
so-
your music.
yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on and doing an episode. This was fun.
No, this was so much fun. I know. And I'll always support your work because I
My
know
ventures.
how your ventures. Because I remember talking to you like when you were first going to school and when we used to talk about broadcasting and when you wanted to work for CNN and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah. So I think this is really fun that you're doing this and you're talking about something you love with people that you like that talk about music with you. It's just
Exactly.
a good time, very easy conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is just been a way for me to do something different, just
Yeah.
get out of the mundane bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
and then and also too, I'm like creating a resume or like a portfolio. I mean, like
Oh, you are. I hope your future employer loves the band we were talking about earlier. I was thinking to myself, like, once this is ready, should I share it? Or like, what if my mom listens to that? And then she's like, Brett, who lives around the corner from me,
anal cut.
why would he give that to you? Because he's like so quiet and nice. He's just like the
Yeah.
sweetest person.
No, trust me, when and if I do create some sort of portfolio, I will be editing stuff.
Just clips.
Just clips. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you remember that I had a podcast, like
You did, yeah.
Sass Academy. That was
Yeah. You and your
maybe
boy
like
Anthony, right?
yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Sassy. My friend in LA, we met through MySpace actually. And we've recorded that before we ever even met in person.
Do y'all
which was
still do
awesome.
it or no?
No, we did it back in maybe like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Like we only did it a couple years and he was interested in recording production and
Right.
had done work with his church with like the soundboards and stuff like that. So we were very strict about it, like recording like this, like Sunday at this time every week we would have a theme and notes, like we'd follow an outline in Google Docs while we went through it. So it was a lot of work to prep for it. And just like with me going to school at the time, it got to be a lot. And
Yeah.
then we would have some guests on, like our different SAS icons and stuff like that. So it was fun. We even had a like logo drawn up, and it was tough back then though. You had to
It's like
like
a
post
unicorn, right? Wasn't
everything.
it like a unicorn or something?
Yeah, a little unicorn with a cell
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
So we'd record on Skype, post on Podbean, and then we had like a WordPress, that we bought a domain to like just feed to that. And it was fun. The whole thing was like a lesson plan, like for the year. Here's your curriculum in SAS Academy, like how to live like, I don't know, and like spread SAS to people around you, like standing up for yourself and being confident and just all kinds of SAS. So I
No, I mean,
still
I
am
remember
sassy.
listening to a couple of them. I
Yeah.
mean, I was never sassy enough to learn any lessons, but
Like we even did one about like how to take a good selfie, like a self-portrait, like stuff like that. And like professional SAS was big for me, like how to write an email
yeah,
back to somebody who you're upset with, or things like that. It was
no,
a lot
it's
of
fun.
fun.
It's fun. I mean, I think that's a good idea. It's original.
Yeah, maybe
So
we'll bring
hopefully,
it back.
yeah, hopefully you guys get back into it. I mean, for me, this is just, you know, again, we're just listening to music and shooting the shit, right? I mean,
We are.
catching up with friends and stuff. So, final question:
Mhm.
what's your percentage at operational?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Is this something you don't normally ask this?
I do this, not to you, but I do this. My friends and I have done this together forever, and I've made this a part of Ladies and Gents. So I have
Oh
to
my
know
gosh, that's so
on
funny.
a scale of 0 to 100%, what is your operational percentage and your morale level at? Like, where are we at?
So, I mean, it's been a hard week with, women's
Mm.
rights being torn away, reproductive rights being torn away. So I've just
Yeah.
been the first day I was just so upset I couldn't even think about it. Like I had to really like compartmentalize it to like get through my work day. And today I just woke up like immediately, like it actually happened. Like Roe versus Wade was overturned. I was just livid and so mad. And like even when Jerome and I go on walks and stuff, like it just like pops into my head. I'm so angry about it. So today I tried to distract myself, and after I went to that show, I was hot. Like, what did I say? I had like
You were
gone to
like
see Between
30,
Home and
30
Serenity.
something.
I feel better now. I would
Yeah.
say probably like I haven't even really thought about it the past how long we've been talking. So I would say I'm probably at like 73.
Fuck yeah, dude. 73 is solid. Hell yeah.
Music, and I love talking to you. This has been
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing, which I've even talked to my therapist about. Like,
Mhm.
she just says, like, keep doing your podcast. She's like, it's
I
good
do
for
like
you.
it. It
Yeah.
is.
So
It gives you an excuse to like sit down with your friends and like have a dedicated time
Yeah,
and space for it.
exactly. And we can just fucking shoot the shit, listen to music. We can talk about whatever's bothering us or what's not bothering us and where
Mhm.
we're at right now. So
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude. If you're in the
What are
70s, that's what's up.
what are you at?
I'd probably go 71.
Okay, so we're close.
Yeah, I'd say 71. There's a
I'm
few
also
things.
just like glad it's Sunday tomorrow and I have like a whole nother day before work starts up. It makes me, I feel
Yeah,
like this is a good time of the week too.
it is. But I still hate to think though that tomorrow's Sunday. I'm like, fuck. Then
I
tomorrow,
actually
then
like
the next
work.
day is Monday.
I have a lot of work to do, but I like what
Yeah.
I do and I like
Well,
what
that's good.
like my team. Just a lot to get done. So, but this
Yeah.
has been good. It's a good escape for sure. And it's kind of like what I said before. I mean, things are really tough right now. And I've always like tried to identify things that bring me joy. So like music is always there for
Mhm.
me. Dogs, like, you have Buckley.
Fuck yeah.
Wishbone hates me, but like, oh, she's
Is she
drinking
is she
water.
right behind you?
I'm in her room / my office. So she's drinking water. She's up. She's 15, so she doesn't like to be held or really touched
God.
at all.
That
But I just love
like,
watching her while she sleeps. It brings me
just like,
joy.
it's like crazy to me to think because Buckley's only a little over 1, and I'm like, I mean, I think he's pretty much fully grown. He's about like 35 to 40 pounds now. So he's
Okay.
not much smaller than Wishbone. But to think that, well, I don't know how much she weighs.
She's
I'm thinking like
small.
size wise. Like,
Wishbone is only 13 pounds. She's a small
oh
dog.
Jesus Christ. I thought she was bigger than that.
Probably just because I like zoom in, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Buckley's a fucking thick boy. THICCBOY. He he like
You're fattening him up. Yeah.
he's stout for his size, but I'm just thinking like 15 years, I'll be over 50. Like that's crazy to think about.
That is
Um,
crazy. And I'm like a month older than you, so I'll be 50 as well.
yeah.
But yeah, was she
Yep.
small for a little Shiba Inu? Like she's small even for a female, only 13 pounds.
She's so cute, but I could tell she'd bite my fucking fingers off.
She used to be like that, like she like struck fear into the heart of every child that came near
I mean,
her.
she does even when I
She's
see her
bit
Instagram posts
several.
these days. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that dog scares me.
Well, you have to be careful with her now because she can't really, her
She
vision's
can't
impaired, her
see. Yeah.
hearing, you have to approach her like really slowly. I haven't thought about picking her up and showing you, but you know, she's drinking her water at her buffet. I don't
Yeah.
want to
Please don't
disturb my
bother
little
her.
wish. Yeah.
Please don't.
It doesn't even hurt when she bites. Like she had a surgery a couple years ago, and when I took her to get the staples out, I held her down like in my arms while the vet took them out, and she gnawed my arm like for like a minute straight, and it didn't
Didn't
even
leave a
hurt.
mark.
It just scratched my arm up. So now I'm not afraid at all. Even if she did bite me, I know it's not gonna hurt me.
Well, I took Buckley this morning to get full groom and nail trimming and buffing and everything because he fucks me up, dude. I have so many scars now, like on my legs and arms
Really?
and shit. Yeah, just because
I didn't know that.
he doesn't do it on purpose. It's just
He's
when he's
just
playing
jumping
around.
up and
Yeah,
excited.
jumping
Yeah.
up, excited, and you know he's bitten my hand a couple times when I've had like a
Hmm.
ball. Like so, if I have a ball here, and he just lunges forward and he's just grabbed right there. I'm like, fuck. I'm like,
Ouch.
he doesn't mean to do it, but
Little
uh,
Buckley.
yeah, little
Go sing
Buckley.
to him. Go sing him a lullaby.
Yeah, I'll go sing him some Jeff Buckley. He needs to know his namesake.
Oh yeah, you know what? I want to mention one more thing before we wrap up though. So um Lucky Boys, I don't know, they might be working on some new music. But their lead singer Stubby has a solo project, not even a project. He's like doing a solo work too, and it's called Mr. Miz and the Infusions.
Mhm.
I don't know if I know I've posted about them a lot, but he actually was diagnosed with MS a few years ago.
Oh, really?
And this is, it's like ukulele based, like ukulele with some kind of like it more, you know, island vibes, and then it gets into a little bit of rock, but it's Mr. MS dot and the Infusions. And it's really beautiful stuff. Like it's just like very feel good. Like I made a mix and I put a bunch of his songs on there called Sunshine because you just feel like warm and happy when you hear it. And then some of them get into more social commentary. It's really good stuff though.
So he has MS?
He does, yeah.
Fuck.
It's tough because it's, you know, for a lot of people, it's like an invisible disease. You can't tell. Someone just maybe has like a bit of a limp, or
Right.
it can mess with their, you know, their, like his vocals. I'm so thankful that he can still sing well. And he just, you know, has to be really careful about his immune system and has done a lot of different medications and therapies and stuff like that. So he's doing well. He actually has a daughter. He's married. He has another one on the way. He's like and I think he's like a stockbroker, like a trader or something like that now. But
He's doing okay though.
he's fine. Yeah. Even at
Yeah.
the show earlier this month, he was fine. He just has to take it easy. Like he has to have a lot of time to recover afterwards. So that's why just like every time I get to see them is really special. And all the songs, he does a big like fundraiser every year too called MS Sucks, Singing for a Cure. So I would encourage everybody to check out Mr. Miz and the Infusions too.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first song he came
Play it
out
out
with
with
was
us.
an Hallelujah cover.
This is what you were alluding to.
Heard
That's
there
what.
was a secret
Yeah, this.
chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? And it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof.
I just want to listen to Jeff Buckley.
I know. I'm gonna send you a link to the music video for that because you can just see like a lot of raw emotion on his face, and it's a really beautiful video. He has a cane in it, and sitting in a chair, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oof. When I
fucking
saw
sucks.
that, I was like, oh God.
So
sweetie.
when you saw him, like, so when he is live, like, is he able to stand the whole show? Does
Oh
he
yeah,
sit
yeah,
down?
yeah.
Or?
He prepares a lot for the shows.
Okay.
I've seen him where he has to put like maybe like a cooling like thing around his neck or something, or like take a couple breaks. But the last, I hadn't seen them in over 2 years, during the pandemic. So when we saw them in June, just earlier this month, he sounded great. I couldn't even tell.
That's awesome.
He's doing well.
Yeah, hopefully this shit fucking sucks. Because that's like, doesn't Selma Blair has MS too, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know
vocally,
if-
it's really affected her vocal
Yeah.
cords and stuff. And
so that's what I was wondering. It's like if it's affected his singing at all.
I didn't really notice that it had, and some people were saying, like they get better every time. And I mean, they do a ton of practice to prep for those shows. And he just tries to take care of himself. He eats really well, exercises, and he's, done a lot of different therapies with treatments and stuff like that, experimental stuff that he had to fight to get, approval through insurance to get. So it just sucks. It's sad to see someone like so talented for that to happen. But he's fighting it. He's doing well.
And for me, like for what I do, for work, I'm on the side that's denying shit, right? So it sucks to see someone like if they're having to fight to get something covered when it's like clearly this is happening. Like it's not like there shouldn't be a way for an insurance company to deny something like that. And they shouldn't have to, with as much shit as they're going through, they shouldn't have to be the ones that are, they're struggling through their own shit personally with that disease, and to have to spend a lot of time just trying to fight the insurance company. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like it sucks. Like that's
well,
stupid.
even from the beginning, like he kept saying like something's wrong with me. Like I can't walk right anymore, and he had to fight just to get an MRI. Like they kept saying, oh, you don't need one, or you're not going to want to pay for that. Insurance is not going to want to pay for you to get that. And it's like they found the lesions. He has MS. So
it's fucking horrible.
You have good days and bad days with it for sure, from friends that I know that have it too.
Did you watch that Selma Blair doc?
No, I didn't know there was a doc. I used to like watch a lot of her stuff on Instagram, obviously, because she's friends with Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy.
Yeah, no, there's something, I think it's on Netflix, or it might be Hulu, just kind of about what she's been going through. And it's fucking crazy. But you're right, though. She has that vocal issue, and it doesn't seem to be every day. So that kind of goes to what you're saying. It's like good days and bad days, right?
Yeah,
like,
but it's like I don't know. It can be really debilitating. Like a friend I have
Mm.
in Chicago, and she can't get out of bed, the entire day. Just nothing, like cannot get out. Oh yeah. I'm looking this up, introducing Selma Blair.
Yeah, that's it. It was good.
I'll check
was
it out. Maybe I'll watch it
sad.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's a lot of sad stuff going on. I guess
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'll still watch it. This has been feel good enough for me for the
Yeah,
weekend.
sure. For
I
sure.
got a live show. I got to go with one of my best friends, see my friends
Yeah.
play, and they, between Home and Serenity, they were really good. They're a really talented group. So it was fun to get to talk about them a little bit with you too.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, this has just been I wouldn't say an experiment, but just it's something that I've enjoyed doing. Just talking with friends and talking about music and shooting the shit and just kind of catching up, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, I can't really end without playing something.
Oh, wait, like anything?
I'm playing it.
Walking outside labyrinthian over cracks along under the trees. I know
know what
this
it was.
town grounded in a compass, cardinal landing in the dogwood. I keep going over it over and over. My steps iterate my shame. How come every outcome such a come down? Lately afternoon with the shades drawn down. Kept saying I just wanted to see it. Saying what's wrong with that needle shaking outlines in a compass. Every outcome such a come down. I knew it when I saw it. So I did just what I wanted. So I drove through with it. I knew happiness when I saw it. I saw your boyfriend at the
It's
I
nice.
had to go out with some fucking black girl.
I had no idea. I thought you were going to make me pick the song, and I was
Nope.
like, what am I supposed to pick? But of course, of course,
I'm going
that's-
Pine
of course.
Grove.
Wait till like maybe like an hour from now, and you're like, oh, are you still up? You should check out this song. And it's
Hey.
the same video. And he's wearing like what, a baby blue t-shirt or whatever.
Like, hey, have you ever seen this Pine Grove video? You're like, yes, you've
Oh,
sent it to
wait,
me
I think
14
I have
times.
seen it.
All right, we'll go on that out on that note. So
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Thank
you
you for
being
that.
here. Good app, good hangs, good music. So
Yeah. Thank you
that's
for
it.
having me on.
Absolutely. I appreciate you being here, and we will do it again soon.
All right. See you
All right.
later.
Peace.
Thanks, Will.